Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Happy Monday, April 30th, last day of the fucking month. We got May coming up tomorrow, and that's it. Let's get this going. So, anyways, guys, again, happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I had an amazing weekend. It was a really cool weekend. I wasn't expecting all the things that happened to me this weekend. I was actually expecting, I don't know, kind of like a shitty weekend in the sense of like, I had a shitty week, as you guys know. Not shitty, but just, you know, not the perfect is. I really do need a haircut. I promise I will be getting a haircut ASAP as soon as I can get some time. It's really more about the time now. It's driving me crazy. But it's like crazy because like I want to cut it off because I feel like I look like a fucking idiot with all this hair. But then, you know, I'll go hang out and like, you know, some chicks will fucking tell me, hey, it looks good. Some of them will tell me, hey, I like it short. So it's like, you know, now I'm just doing it because I need it short. It's driving me fucking crazy. And you know, I'm in California, you know, I think summer's supposed to be here anytime soon, you know, or some heat, I think, I don't know. So that's another reason why I haven't cut it yet. You know what I mean? It hasn't been bothering me yet in the sense of like it's not hot enough out here yet. I don't get it. Global warming, huh? Anyway, it's fucking freezing out here. It's still freezing all the fucking time. This cannot be normal. We're into May. That's 5 months in, and it's just as cold here as just almost as much as it was when I was in Seattle. I don't think any of this shit's normal. Okay, again. The conspiracy theory shit saying, you know, I was actually saying this a year ago because I heard it from Cliff High. You guys know who he is, whatever. And he was fucking saying that we were gonna be fucking freezing our asses off this year. I'm still waiting for the snow, you know. So, anywho, all right. Let's talk about this week. Let's talk about last week. Let's talk about where we're going, what's going on with everything. Okay, so. Crypto space is doing fucking awesome. You know, the coins are going, you know, everything's in green. We're maintaining, nothing's dipping too much. Everything's just fucking going great. And why is it going great? Well, again, you know, I think it's just a mass adoption thing. I think honestly now we're already hitting the, you know, that point where you know, it can only be dumped so much. It can only go down so much. That's it, you know. And after that, it's just gonna fucking keep going up and up and up and up. That's where we're at now, you know. They can only they can only make it go down so much. So like, you know, right now, you know, let's say that Mt. Gox comes in, or a whale comes in that tries to dump it or this or that. You know, like I was saying a long ass time ago, only now it's actually going into motion. You know, now people are actually, I honestly think people are just on the sidelines waiting, ready. So whenever there's the next dip, any kind of anything, everyone's itching to buy. And that's it, that's where we're at now. And remember, like, the more people get involved in this space, the harder it is to manipulate. And that's where we're at there when it comes to this space. But at the end of the day, this is all manipulation right now. The only thing we can hope for when it comes to these coins is a mass adoption. You know, the adoption of the people. Because again, we can go back to, like, I like talking about the stocks. I like talking about like everything because it all correlates. So, you know, last week, you know, earnings came in. It was a lot of positive things for the stock market, yet none of it didn't feel anything. It seems like this week we're going to have a lot of those things again. Let's see how the stock market reacts. It just seems that, you know, the more you look at it, the more you study this, the more you understand this stuff, you can just see the fucking manipulation straight up. So the fact that the coins are flatlined today, you know, stocks are up, dollars down, you know, all these things, you know, nothing is new. I can, you know, all you gotta do is just tell me one of them. Like, stocks are up or down, and then I can tell you where the other ones are without even knowing anything. And that's when you know it's like 1,000,000,000% manipulated. Okay, manipulated, all right? Because it's like, come on now. I mean, again, we're still living in a point, and when it comes to like the whole stock market situation where, you know, it's really unpredictable. And in fact, some higher ups, you know, people like high-end investors, you know, people with the big whales, you know, they themselves are fucking like deciding to put their money in the crypto space. Not even the precious metal, which is fucking hilarious, you know, but in the crypto space because they find it like a lot steadier, less volatile than the actual stock market at the moment. So, I mean, you know, we're all over the place when it comes to everything right now. We just are. I think I talked about this last week, but I mean, as you know, like, you know, the fucking everything is going on around the world right now. everything from, you know, North Korea and South Korea, you know, making peace. Everything from, you know, all the shit that's happening in Syria, in the Middle East, what's happening with how about this? I was watching, do you guys know what's happening in Israel at all? Period. So, I mean, I kind of had a little bit of an inclination, a little bit of whatever, but I was on the road a lot this weekend, okay, because I had a lot of travel, had a lot of, you know, things I had to take care of, and so, anyway, when I'm on the road a lot, I like to listen to my podcasts, you know, I think a lot of us do. So anyway, I'm listening to Joe Rogan, you know, I was catching up on a lot of these podcasts that a lot of his podcasts I wasn't listening to, because I was just been busy, and I wasn't, you know, on the road. So, he had Abby Martin on. If you guys do not know who Abby Martin is, Abby Martin, look her up. I'm going to put her link to the podcast, the whole fucking thing. You guys have to check it out. Now, by the way, she's fucking crazy sexy, crazy everything, crazy awesome. I mean, you know, my kind of woman, man. I fucking always hate hearing that she has a fucking boyfriend and the whole fucking thing. But who cares? I'm fucking retarded. I'm just like any other guy here. But anyway, the point I'm making is that she is like ultra liberal. Okay, how about this? Like, you know Anna Kasparian, you know, the one from the Young Turks? She'll eat her alive, okay? She'll eat Anna alive, okay? And Abby Martin actually knows what the fuck she's talking about. So that's, I mean, I love her. I love her, listening to her, and she's so smart. She's so everything. I mean, she's, again, you know, whack job liberal left all the way to the side. But again, most of us were that, okay? I was that, okay? I was that before, you know, waking the fuck up. And now, again, I'm not saying I'm all the way to the right conservative, because I'm not, you know, but I'm definitely in the middle where most of us are, okay? And that's the thing, we're all like fucked up and confused, and it's not us, it's society that's fucking us up. But anyway, I'm listening to her, and I listen to her just because, you know, she's on Joe Rogan, I like her. I kind of started falling from favor from her a little bit, just because I started going, you know, down the other path. But when I started listening to her again on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I started remembering, you know, who she was, what she did, all her work, the things that she was pointing out, etc., man, it just fucking reminded me that, yeah, man, you know, we can't forget anything and everything, you know what I mean? We can't forget. Okay, this is Fruity Pebbles, by the way, right? Hybrid, really good, from that same place. I will find a collective. I will see if I can get it by the end of the episode or later. Yeah, because I went back to that same place. I'm still thinking about Abby Martin. I went to that same weed shop, because I went to another weed shop and it was fucking terrible. So I went back here because it was awesome, and I got Fruity Pebbles and I got some lemon haze, and it was fucking bomb as fuck, and it's fucking amazing. So I gotta, you know, I gotta at least give them a shout out, a few shout outs. I'm just so happy with them, and really good prices. So anyways, what I was saying is about Abby Martin. You know that, you know, Abby Martin is now, you know, super left, but when you listen to her assessment of the situation, what she's doing, how she talks about it, and all this stuff, you know, it starts making you fucking realize, like, at least it started making me realize, like, oh shit, wait a minute. And a lot of the fucking things, a lot of the qualms that I had about, that I have currently about our president, you know, she brought up. And she was bringing up, not in the sense of like, you know, just bringing up, oh, I hate this fucking guy, you know, how the left does. No. She was bringing shit up like I was bringing shit up for the most part. Of course, she was a little bit more, you know, adamant about it, but yeah, that's a different story. She really doesn't like him. But the point is that, you know, she wasn't pointing out things that I don't fucking like Trump because he's a fucking womanizer. No. She was really bringing up points, like I bring up points as to the things that I do not like about him and I find very scary about him, okay? And that's why, again, I implore you guys to just watch and listen to her. Please do, okay? Because look, man, look, this is one of the things, you know, like she was talking about, okay? Because again, we like to, a lot of us brush over things sometimes because it's just the way it is. Because, like, for example, like if we have a loved one and we know that they might be a drug addict, I'm just giving you an example here, and you know, and everyone tells us that they are, and blah blah blah, you know, we might not see that because we love them so much and we can't see that out of them, but at the end of the day, deep down inside we know, and we just hope that there's a change and that everyone's wrong and we're not. So, you know, that's kind of like how I feel about with the whole Trump situation right now, okay? I'm just, you know, I'm like that kind of guy in the family that at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'll still love my family member, but I'll fucking straight up call him, hey, you're a fucking drug addict, bro. You gonna get some help or what? That kind of shit, you know, with a big hug. But, you know, anyway. So that's why how I'm calling the whole situation with the Trump, you know? Like, at the end of the day, you know, he's doing a lot of great things in the eyes of you know, like people like us that are like sovereign, that are, you know, trying to push, you know, against a deep state and all of this shit. I don't want to fucking, you know, go down that route, but he is doing a lot of positive things in that sense. But at the same time, you know, he'll do 10 positive things and then one thing that it's like so negative that it gets my head spinning, or people like us spinning, because it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So for example, you know, she was talking about what was happening in Israel right now. Okay, this is like an ongoing, a month long ongoing thing over there in Israel, where the Israelis are literally fucking shooting women, children, regular people, sniping them out of crowds and just fucking going for headshots. What is it? Groin shots, you know, going for like the worst type of things, you know, injuring, killing, maiming people, maiming pregnant women, doing all kinds of things. For what? For nothing. Okay? Because from what I learned is that, you know, I didn't know any about all this stuff, and I feel very stupid and very dumb. I mean, you know, for not even knowing any of this stuff, you know. But anyway, like, it's the whole thing with the Gaza Strip. First of all, the Gaza Strip, that little area, that's like a open air prison where these people, the Palestinians, got stuck and they're living there, and they're all surrounded by the Israelis, and they can't get out and they can't do anything. So they're stuck in this prison. They can't try to escape because they'll get shot and die. And then anything that they do there, again, they're scrutinized and they get, you know, shot and die. It's literally the modern day equivalent of a Nazi internment camp. I know it sounds fucking nuts, but that's what's literally happening. I didn't know about all this stuff. I mean, I knew things here and there, but I didn't really know the full details until she was explaining it. This is why we have to look at all sides, okay, guys? Like a trapezoid, okay? Every fucking side of everything, okay? So anyways, as she was explaining, again, please watch the fucking Joe Rogan interview, which I'm linking down here. But as she was talking about and explaining, she was fucking saying that, yeah, these people that are surrounding the Palestinians are just, you know, now the Palestinians are like doing some protest, some sort of protest, you know, a la Martin Luther King type of thing, you know, like a non-violent, like, you know, hey, you know, type of thing, in order so that the world can see them, so that, you know, some attention is brought on them, so that we can do something about it. But anyway, they're just doing some sort of peaceful thing, and that's where the Israeli people are like shooting them and killing them, and for no reason. So whenever you even hear about this situation here, like, you know, the Gaza Strip and the terrorists and the people blowing themselves up and blah, blah, well, you have to remember that when you're born, and when you're born into a place where you're already a slave, you can't escape, and you're already, like, you're dead when you're born, literally, your life is already nothing. It's already, and you spend your whole life trying to figure out how to escape, how to whatever. That's why a lot of these people become martyrs, and they blow themselves up and do the things that they do, because all they're trying to do is just get the attention of someone like us out here on the outside, so that we can see what the fuck is going on. But because the media and everything's so twisted, we just see like, oh, some guy blew themselves up, and we don't know why they blew themselves up and what the fuck is really going on out there. And yeah, I was so fucking gut-wrenched and disgusted by, you know, listening to what Abby Martin was saying about what was happening right there, right now, today. And so I wasn't even going to talk about this, because it wasn't even like a topic. It's something that I heard, like, listening to them on Friday or Saturday or some shit like that. I think it was Friday. And I was just bringing it up now because I'm going through, like, the stories or whatever, and all I see is, I see that Netanyahu is here in the United States, and he's about to have a press conference, have a talk with Trump. And the fact that, again, these are the things that make me cringe, you know what I mean? No matter how many good things that Trump might do, then all of a sudden, like, he has this guy here. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. We'll probably talk about this tomorrow again. Anyway, he has the guy here, and he is now, you know, not only inviting him here and having a talk with him, but again, it might seem like everything's going to be all honky-dory and everything's going to be fine, and they're just going to let everything go. Now, look, I'm going to tell you straight up, if they just let everything go, and our president, our government, or whatever allows this situation that happen. I'm not saying to fucking go out there, bomb anything, not to do anything like that, okay? No, but I'm just, the only thing, by the way, let me make this 1,000,000,000% clear, okay? The people allowing this to happen is this country and only this country alone. Let me explain. Again, as Abby Martin was explaining to me, so we can explain to everybody else, and we're trying to, you know, spread knowledge here. But The only motherfuckers that sponsor Israel is this country. And again, I kind of knew that already, but we have to sometimes fucking be reminded of this shit. So, if Netanyahu is here today in this country talking to Trump, there only has to be one solution. There is a solution, okay, for all this. And that is for our president to say, all right, no more funding to your country and your terrorist organization and everything you guys are doing out there. And if there's no more funding, then all of a sudden all these atrocities, all this craziness stops, okay? But I don't see that happening. In fact, I see Netanyahu coming in here, having a talk with Trump, and they're going to shake hands. Everything's going to be hunky-dory, and they're going to move on. And we're going to, and then we as a people, we're just going to fucking sit here and fucking take it like it's all good, like nothing's wrong. That's the fucked up part about everything here, okay? So I'm going to see what, I'm watching really close to see what the fuck is happening here, because, you know, look, if you know that old saying that if you catch somebody, let's say you're talking to your friend Fred, and your friend Fred is talking shit about Betty, guess what? Fred is talking shit about you when he is talking to Betty, or talking to Jimmy, or talking to whoever. Okay? So the same thing. We gotta gauge people by their actions, okay? And at this point, especially now as they're doing them. So if depending on what he does, if he, you know, cracks down hard on Netanyahu, on Israel, and that whole situation, okay. Alright. That's my dog. Now, if he continues to let this happen and just like, pfft, no bueno. No bueno. Abby Martin was talking about this channel called Telesur, which I watch from time to time, but I haven't watched that much. I'm watching again a lot more now. Why? I found out who is the exact sponsor of Telesur, that channel, and I'm gonna put a link to that too on the bottom. Telesur is a network that's sponsored by, you know, Latin American countries, but mainly Venezuela, Cuba, and etc. Those countries. So there you get to see like the real news. By the way, there's a Telesur English for, you know, those people out there, and the Spanish is all the language, okay? But like this is like the Latin American version of RT. And again, I implore you guys to watch it, check it out, and give them some support so you can see what else is going on, okay? Like what's going on and what's really happening in Venezuela. All right, it's not what we think it is. All right, and there's so many things. And so like how, you know, Trump condemning and talking. So like, okay, he was at a talk with the Americas not too long ago, a few months ago, and you know, talking to all the Americas, and everyone was pretty happy with him. And then all of a sudden, out of the fucking blue, he's just condemning fucking Venezuela. Not just condemning Venezuela, but like, hey, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna fucking take over, we're gonna blah, 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 blah. Now, you know, he's been saying that about a lot of countries currently, and he hasn't been doing that. In fact, he's been pulling out. But pulling out, you know, whether it's out of Syria, the Middle East, and things like that. So again, you know, that's why I see, like, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. You know, everything from like the Israel thing to like the thing when he said something about Venezuela. Look what he said, you know, we've been doing now with North Korea, and it's peace. So again, remember, this is why everything with a grain of salt, but we have to be very, very critical of this fucking guy. Because, you know, what we want is, like, honestly, what we want is for him to be fucking talking shit around the world, you know, lying, doing whatever the fuck, who gives a fuck what he's doing. But as long as he brings peace, he brings prosperity, he brings awesomeness, who really gives a fuck how he does it, okay? I'm just talking to you as an American, as a like, how I look at him and how I want things done, and as a business person, and I understand how dirty all this shit is and what needs to be done and how it needs to be cleaned with fucking straight up bleach. Okay, so I get it. Okay, and I'm you know, that's why I give him, you know, a little bit of an extended leash, because I do see that, again, you know, he might be doing 10 out of the 10 things he does, 1 I don't agree with, 9 I do agree with, and again, you know, we have to again give him a little bit of a leash, just a little bit, not too much. But why? Because pretty much every other president, out of the 10 things that they do, 11 things we don't want them to do, okay? And they do -1 of the ones we want them to do, okay? So we gotta give this guy a little bit of a motherfucking leash, okay? Period. All right? None of this is easy. Anyone that's run anything, anyone that's come in and taken over, because again, as a chef, a lot of times I would get hired and I would have to fucking clean house and do exactly what he's fucking doing. And it's not easy. Sometimes it is, a lot of times it's not. It's just not. Okay? No matter how easy it is, it's just not. It's just not. It's a lot of motherfucking work, a lot of pieces, a lot of things that need to fucking, it's a machine. It's a machine. You can't just fucking, you know, go to the mechanic with the motor running, take out a fucking piece, and expect the guy to fix it with the motor running. No, man, this is not gonna, you know, never gonna work, you know. You have to turn the whole fucking thing off, you know, let it settle, get a piece, change it, do the whole, you know, it's a process. And imagine that we have to do that with our machine and it can't stop, you know, we can't have the machine stop running. Okay, guys? And our machine is like in charge of the fucking planet for the most part, which is fucking insane, but it's the reality of it. So we gotta keep all these fucking things in mind. I'm not here fucking defending him or anyone, all right? Being very critical, but I'm just, you know, laying it out as it is, as you know, as I see them, and you know, we have to be real serious about this. And look, and the whole thing with Israel, I don't even want to talk about this shit. I don't want to talk about any of this. You know how many, half of my friends are fucking Jewish, you know, and I love Jewish people, and everything's all whatever, but you know, just like Abby Martin was talking about this, you know, Joe Rogan, and they were already getting a lot of, they were going to get so much flack for just that episode. And I hope I don't get any flack. I hope no one fucking, you know, pays attention to me on this shit. But holy shit, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, not just viewers, but friends. I mean, fuck, if I was just talking about Kanye and I polarized some people, I can't even imagine this subject. But the point is, it's like, it's not just this subject, but there's so many other subjects like this that we need to be constantly talking about, not shutting up about, and putting out there, all right? And holding motherfuckers accountable, all right? Period. She was bringing up a lot of fucking good points, okay? Like, this is why, you know, I want you to watch that episode, because again, all the things that I point out about man, I gotta get going, about the Trumpinator and what he is doing, what he could be doing, you know, in the sense of like becoming a dictator, maybe in this militarized zone, you know, all these fucking insane things that we can never see in a million years. Yeah, she sees him just as clear as day as I do, okay? And these are the things that we got to be very, very, very vigilant of, okay? Very vigilant of, okay? Serious. Because if we're fucking naive enough to fucking think that, you know, let's say, you know, our army, our police officers, you know, will not turn against its population, you know, come on now. It's happened so many times over and over again in history, in human history. And recently, you know, in countries that we can fucking point out. So, you know, please don't be naive enough to think that something like that can't happen, okay? And again, you know, our boys coming back from overseas, yeah, they might be on our side protecting us, and that might be part of our militia and that whole fucking thing, but who the fuck do you think we're going up against? All right? I don't want to fucking say it, but we already know. It's those corrupt motherfuckers wearing those badges out there, okay? They have all this unchecked power, okay? So this is why the whole Second Amendment thing and that thing is so important, okay? Because it's like, you know, the militias and the fucking, you know, those people around the fucking country that are gonna fucking, you know, be on our side and fucking protect us, all right? And a lot of those people are ex-army people, okay? And a lot of those, you know, ex-army people, remember, at the end of the day, they went out there to fucking serve and protect this country. And if we start getting overrun by a bunch of motherfuckers in blue, listen, man. All right, thank God those motherfuckers are always wearing camouflage and they got, you know, more ammo than some fucking stations. All right, because again, all right, there's a reason that shit's a Second Amendment and that shit is there, you know, our rights to, you know, to bear arms, our rights to fucking form militias and all this shit. Because listen, every other country where you see like some sort of takeover, they don't have any kind of law like that. All right, and it just happens. All right, nothing. No, first of all, no country is gonna take us over. And we are not going to take ourselves over. If any kind of insanity is going to be happening within the next decade or something like that, or next few years, it's just going to be some sort of civil war. That's it. All right? And we see it. We feel it. Okay? And this is what we're all trying to prevent. And by the way, I talk a lot about this country and this and everything here happening here, but you know, like no matter where you are, not just an English-speaking country, but I'm saying like in any kind of developed country, we're all in the same boat. I mean, for real. And, you know, a lot of times I have friends of mine like, oh, I'm moving out to fucking Australia. I'm moving to, you know, certain parts where, or Canada. Listen, man, Canada's going to be, once the shit hits the fan, Canada's going to be in way worse shape than we are. You know, a place like Australia, they might come off, you know, better. In fact, I was thinking, you know, Australia might be a really good place to do your thing, but I'm reading a fucking Zero Hedge article today that, you know, I was like, man, no one's safe anywhere. Where there's like a law, I was just reading a little bit of it, but like a law in Australia that the banks had put in place that, you know, that they have to constantly increase the inflation, increase the whatever. The point is that they have to increase every single year with, okay, so for example, like they have a calculation of what a household what the household expenses are before going into poverty, and they have to keep their rates and charging people that amount so that they're right above poverty and never going into poverty. But you know, so like anyway, you know, this happens everywhere, you know. And if you guys know what the fuck is happening in Canada, what's happening in Europe, what's happening in everywhere, I put it on my Instagram stories. This was like a week ago, but it was like a zero hedge story where, you know, the universal basic income just failed. What was it? I think it's Sweden. And come on, man, you know, we already know what's going on. So, you know, these are all the signs of like the hyperinflation, the inflation. We already see it happening. We, you know, every time that we go to the store, we go to the gas station, any kind of things like that, the jobs. So, yeah, that's why, you know, I'm still 100%, you know, bullish on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space. And we're, you know, I'm still predicting 100K by the end of the year. I was watching, I was on Twitter and someone pointed out that we went from, this is last year, we went from 11K Bitcoin to like 17K Bitcoin in like one day. I didn't even know that, okay? But we have to remind ourselves of all this shit, okay? And how quickly all these things are happening. And, you know, not only are all these social things and norms and everything getting shattered and all this social anxiety happening, you know, at the same time, you know, all this economic stuff is very, very closely correlated. I finally got to see Roseanne. I was hanging out with somebody yesterday, and we were smoking and just, you know, chilling, and we were watching Roseanne. I got to see, catch up and watch pretty much all the episodes of Roseanne. Go to abc.com, check out the show Roseanne, no matter where you are. If you guys have never, not from this country and they're not fully aware. But that show Roseanne was a show that I grew up with watching, okay? And they have rebooted it, remade it with the same characters, same everything. And just, you know, 20 years later. But the same thing, just 20 years now, you know. And like, holy shit. First of all, like the show is phenomenally well done. But honestly, what makes it so well done is the fact that it is so perfectly, so perfectly tells the story of the typical American today. No matter what, you know, what side of the aisle you're on. If you're a Trump supporter, or you were a Hillary supporter, or a Jill Stein supporter, or a Bernie supporter, or a millennial, or a fucking, you know, or a baby boomer, or a Generation X, it doesn't matter. Everyone is represented here, and everyone's story is exactly like how our stories are, and the average American story, and things like that. Anyway, the show is beyond phenomenal, amazing. If you guys live in this country, know Roseanne, know the show, and you haven't seen it yet, just check it out. Go to abc.com, you can see it for free. Catch them all for free and watch them. You're gonna be hooked immediately, okay? Especially if you were a fan of the old one. Holy shit. If you guys are not from this country, okay? Please watch them as well. Watch it as well, because you're gonna really get to see exactly what America is, okay? Because it's not what we see, you know, what you guys might see on TV, in the sense of like, you know, the Kardashians, or people living in LA, people living in New York, or people living in, you know, these parts of the country. No. Watching the show Roseanne, that is the country. This is exactly, I mean, because look, even when I was growing up in Miami, I was not that family at all, but we were that family, okay? And what is this family? Just a typical middle class, low class, not low class, but just, you know, poor family in this country, which is the majority of the people in this country. And it's even more, we're even more poor now than ever. All right? So, I'm telling you guys, the show is fucking phenomenal. It's amazing. It really details everything that's going on right now. And it's really well done. And, yeah, this is where we're at right now, guys, okay? Unfortunately, you know, this generation that's about to, you know, that's being born and being raised right now, this whole thing, they have yet to be named. They're the younger millennials, but these are the kids that are gonna be the ones that grew up in the Great Depression type of thing, okay? You know, the kids that are millennials nowadays, they're the Roaring 20s kids, all right? And us, let's say Generation X, you know, we were the ones that grew up in, you know, World War I. Think about it. anyways. All right, guys, I really gotta get the fuck out of here. I could talk all day, especially after all you guys commenting to me yesterday or throughout the weekend, you know. And I know one of you out there said 15 minutes, but listen, I'm sorry. Everybody else voted. Hilarious. All right, how the show ended as I was talking, you know, about this. So anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by the camera. Yeah. Then you know, all the comments down there. You know, I know one of you guys just said 15 minutes, but for everyone else said long episodes. And so, of course, I like to talk. That encouraged me, and so I'm just gonna do what I always do: turn on the camera, talk, and this time actually not worry about the time, since you guys, you know, enjoy me just talking. So, and I love this format a lot better. And again, you know, I want to pick subjects to talk about, obviously, but you know, if not, I always have something to talk about. So, anyways. I'm gonna end it here. It's a long episode. I can't even tell how long it's been already because I had to stop recording. Actually, the camera stopped recording on itself. Anyways, so guys, seriously, check out the links. Check out all that information that I gave you in this episode today, and let's keep, you know, let's keep an open mind to like the whole everything. Okay, and again, just to go back to like, you know, the whole Kanye thing. Remember, guys. He is just a polarizing figure on one of the ends of the spectrum that is just telling everybody in his world to wake the fuck up. Okay, whether it's Roseanne in her little world telling people to wake up, whether it's Abby Barton, whether it's Jimmy Dore, it's all people from all walks of life, and especially people on the left. Okay. And you know, Jordan Peterson, you name it. I mean, for real, you know, the fact that they're attacking Jordan Peterson like crazy right now. For what? So let's just keep, you know, an open mind of where we're at right now. Where even though we might not feel it or see it, we are in a war of ideals, a war of knowledge, and you know, we're on the fucking forefront right now. You know, we're in the trenches. You know, we're out here, you know, not only at you know, gaining knowledge, but we're also spreading knowledge, and you know, we are soldiers in this war. You know, and that's it, like it or not, and. You know, I know a lot of you guys are very proud and very happy to be part of this, you know, whole movement, and that it's only beginning, and that's it. You know, like I'm very proud to be, you know, here with you guys and to continue moving forward. And this is a very beginning. You know, the whole crypto stuff, the blockchain, all this stuff is just you know, the weapon, the major weapon that we, the people, are going to be using in order to liberate ourselves with. Okay, just like the printing press was 500 years ago. That's what the blockchain is. But it's up to us to, you know, reinvent the blockchain. I mean, reinvent the printing press, and not just reinvent it, but use it, build more of them. And that whole thing, okay? Because remember, it wasn't just building these printing presses, but it was printing on these printing presses, and what were we printing? Okay, so it's the same thing, okay? So it's the blockchain is the printing press. You know, we have to build many blockchains, and then what are we putting on these blockchains? Okay, so all right, guys, mouthful as usual. You already know it. I gotta go. I really gotta go. This is an early morning episode, but I just gotta go, and I gotta edit this later when I get back. So I'll probably, you know, you'll probably be seeing this in the afternoon. Hopefully not too much has changed by the time, you know, this airs. But regardless, I love you guys. I think you guys are fucking awesome, fucking great. Let's keep an eye on the whole space. We have a lot more to talk about tomorrow, as usual. And yeah, guys, look, right now, like, no matter what you're gonna see, I think it's gonna be a major bull run. I haven't seen the hyperwave guys on on YouTube lately, so that's a good sign. I just see a lot of, that's it, you know, just the mass adoption happening. I mean, for real, like, I was out this weekend a lot, and a lot of events, a lot of different, you know, things, non-technology, blockchain based, and, you know, people ask, you know, at some point, hey, what do you do? And what do you, and, you know, now I'm just straight up, hey, I do blockchain, crypto stuff, whatever, and everyone had something to say about it, okay? Whether they knew nothing about it or knew a lot about it, everyone had, it was a topic of conversation, like saying, hey, I'm a pilot, you know? Whatever. Okay, so that you know, that's cool, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's a slow process. You know, I had somebody that, you know, was paying me for some services this weekend. By the way, shout out to you out there, D. All right, if you want, I'll give you your full name and all that shit. If not, whatever. But shout out to you, man. Thank you very much. Anyways, yeah, you know, he was paying me for something, and you know, we're still, you know, even though we're both very crypto savvy, you know, it was very difficult to send a payment. Not really. It was just like the whole thing with the address. But, you know, we know what we're talking about. We deal with this shit all the fucking time. So it's like, you know, we're very far away. You know, the fact that, you know, we have the adoption that we do have already, it's pretty, you know, remarkable. So, all right, guys. And again, you know, we look at the $10,000 price for Bitcoin. We know, we're just seeing like a huge number because a lot of us cannot correlate. Even me, a lot of it, but most of us cannot correlate the real reason why it's at $10,000. It's only inflation. That's really the only reason. And if it was really, marked for inflation, it would be at 100K already. It really would have. So let's just keep all this shit in mind. You know, when I see Litecoin at 150 bucks right now, I mean, Jesus, of course I want that shit to fucking go to 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, you know, 2,500 where it's supposed to be at, right? A quarter of the Bitcoin price. I mean, I look at Bitcoin Cash and I see that that's where Litecoin should be at. But the point I'm making is that at the end of the day, it's going to get there, all right? So make sure you have your Litecoins in your motherfucking pocket when it does, all right? All right, guys, gotta go. I'll leave you with that, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please the whole fucking nine. Oh, and by the way, major announcement. I'll be moving from this location within a month, okay? So, within a month, by June 1st, okay? So right now, yeah, it's gonna be May 1st tomorrow, so I got like about a month to, you know, we're gonna be in a different location. So, damn, I wanted to talk about this earlier. Fuck, I hate that I have to bring this up later. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm bringing it up now and I'm going to talk about it more. But I'm most likely, you know, I already have a few places where I'm going. That I'm going to stay in LA. But I was brainstorming and thinking to myself, you know, maybe this would be a great opportunity to set up some sort of, like maybe like a little bit of a little maker school or a little bit of tech incubation type little situation going. So you guys know Silicon Valley. I haven't watched it in a while, by the way, but I want to start watching it again. But you guys remember like in Silicon Valley where this guy had like that house and then he had like all those people staying in there, like the incubator, and everybody was doing tech shit and we're trying to, you know, okay. So I honestly, you know what I mean? Since you know, I have to, you know, go from to another place. If I'm gonna try and talk about and set up that kind of situation where I get a house, I get a big place, and we have a bunch of people living there doing all kinds of crypto tech related stuff. Okay, so that would actually be something that I'm going to be trying to put together, and hopefully I can put it together so that, you know, we have that at the end of the month. And anyone that's out here living in LA and is even remotely interested in doing anything like this, please hit me up, okay? Hit me up immediately and let's start getting the ball rolling on this, because it's going to take a little bit of time and we have about a month, okay? Honestly. And yeah, like I said, I already have, you know, another apartment, you know, places to go. But this would be like a major move, and this would be a major fucking thing, awesome thing, and something that we can really get started and going, okay? And it'll be amazing for so many things, because, you know, we can, you know, have this little thing set up, have a lot of people coming in and out, and it's just a constant, you know, growth thing. I'm a business person, so yeah, obviously we're gonna start off small, but if this thing really hits the ground running, you know, we will be growing, okay, as we grow. Okay, and you know, before you know it, who knows? Okay, we all start off in a fucking little, in a house, in a, you know, a small little space, and within a year we'll have our own building. Okay, so let's get that going. If anyone's out there interested, please hit me up on Instagram, hit me up, email, whatever, and we'll go from there, because I really want to see if I can get that going. I probably will get that going if I get the funds going, regardless, on my own. Okay, and I'll be inviting people, but it'll be even better if we can just, you know, join forces and, you know, get it really going and be able to get some awesome place so we can do all kinds of shit. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share knowledge. All right, more than anything else. If you got a few pennies, coins, anything, you know know where to go, where the link is, the whole fucking thing down there. And that's it. All right. A major mouthful for you guys, as you guys requested, you know. I have no idea how long this episode is, but I'm gonna probably be fucking, you know, putting the machine to work, editing it while I go run, you know, my fucking errands appointment that I gotta go run. And yeah, all right, guys. I'm actually talking more than normal because, you know, you guys encouraged me to keep talking, but now I gotta shut myself up because I gotta get the fuck out of here. All right, so Thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Right? Yeah, today's Monday, right? Yeah, fuck, I don't even know anymore.